Alrighty, so we're about to do a second video here. I have the part that is a pre-made, or I mean I made it, but it's a part that was described in the Mechanics and Materials Labs book from 2015, SolidWorks Simulations. It's made out by SDC Publications. If you guys were in class, you might remember me kind of pointing out them as being pretty good with SolidWorks application. So either way, this is their part. I'm going to go through the steps of creating the two sensors that they put in here. So what they do here is they make a sketch, and we're going to do this on the front plane. And then so we're just going to sketch points. One's going to be up in here somewhere, and the other is on this face. So we're just going to select that point there, which is then coincident at that midpoint. So for this one up here, we just want to dimension. I'm going to go, I think it's 100. No, it's got to be 110. Maybe 115. Regardless, I guess it's not that important as to specifically where this goes, but my tool is not selecting as I want it to. This one's going to be 75. Alright, so we have our point in there somewhere. Select that. So now we have these 2 points in the sketch. We can exit the sketch. To make the sensor, what we will need is to have, I should probably delete the original too. We need to have a feature, a reference point. It can't be a sketch point. It has to be a point from the reference geometry plane or section here. So here we go. We're just going to select the piece we want. We're going to select that point right there. We want it to be on that point. We don't want to make any projection or intersection or anything like that. Oh, I unchecked point. My bad. There's point 1. And then we have to do the same thing for the second point. So we're just going to go point. I'm going to select. There we go. On point. There we go. So we have our 2 points here. I'm going to rename them just for the sake of it. We'll do sensor 1. And this one will go sensor 2. Yes, I can keep consistency. So we have 1 and 2 here. All you do is right click on sensors, add sensor. We want simulation data. You can do other stuff here, but we're only concerned about the data for simulations. We'll do this one as, we'll just do stress. And we'll put that as the X normal stress. And we want this to be over selected entities, or average of selected entities. So that allows us to pick that specific point. Otherwise, if we have this max here, it's just going to go the entire part, and that's not what we're looking for. So got this here, we're going to select that point. Notice it comes in here, sensor 1, click OK. Right click again, add sensor, same process. This one we're going to do displacement. Now let's do strain. Equivalent strain. And we'll do this over selected entities. Sensor 2, got it in there, good to go. Alright, so let's go back into our simulations tab. We're going to create a new study. We'll do the static 2. And here we apply this material. Alloy steel, fixtures. Now for this one, we just want to fix this, that hole up there, and then we're going to pull from this one down here. So we have fixed geometry. We'll zoom in here. That's fixed. We have external load, force. We'll go down here, select that. Notice it's the normal force now, and that's not what we're looking for. Even if I reverse direction, it's still a normal force on that face. So what I need to do is choose selected direction, and then I can pick an edge or a face. And we have edge 1, and then here we can see the arrows are now pointing in that direction. So we are good to go there. If I was instead pushing up and not down, you can always reverse direction. But we'll make this 2,000 newtons. So there we go. We're ready to mesh this here. We'll just do a basic one for this. I'll do a separate video on the mesh. There we go. So we got our standard mesh. We'll run the study. Well, that was definitely interesting. Data not available. Oh, you know what? So that one, I decided to do strain, but there is no strain on that face, I'm assuming. So we'll see if I switch that to stress, and we'll do the Y normal stress on that face for sensor 2. Let's do that. If we scroll up here, then yeah, so it was just warning us and saying that we were looking for strain, but it didn't calculate strain at that point. And so it will, kind of yell at you. Either way, so we have our stress plot here. We can check out what we have, 105 megapascals. That's going to be at these points in here. So, well, I won't get into meshing, I'll do that in a separate video, but that's something that you can look at points of interest. So we can check our displacement. We have displacement down there. All good. We can take off deformed result there too. So let's see. Here, the point of putting the sensor in here is because if I wanted to know what my stress is at this point here, I'm right in between this like bluish and then this green and maybe kind of some blend of yellow in there. I don't know exactly what that point is, and I can look over here and drag this over as my computer is being super slow. There we go. I can try to guess what's going on in here, but I'm anywhere between 12.3 and 14.3. I'm sorry, negative 12.3 or 14.3. Okay, so that's a little bit odd there. In any case, what I'm seeing, essentially what that's saying is instead of it being an all pull, at some point in here I'm getting some push, some pull. So, there's no way to really tell what my exact value is there, except for looking up here at my sensor. So that's why we put it up here, so that we can see what exactly we're dealing with. So it turns out sensor 1, I actually have negative 240, so we're sitting, kind of right here. How you would be able to determine that, I don't know. I would say don't deal with it, just put in a sensor and solve your problems right away. And then likewise down here, we're seeing 85, 8500, 8600, something like that, which is much easier to tell on the plot here, just because we have some consistency in here. We're seeing this color there. If I remove deformed result, you can kind of try to match these colors in here. Either way, so that's the point of using the sensors. Just really reduces the time that you have to sit there and stare at colors, and it just pops that answer out for you right away. So that'll be good for this. I'm going to try and keep everything below 10 minutes, and it looks like so far we're successful.